guys, it's just Anna, and today I'm going to share how I got into reading.
We found Wonderland, you and I got lost in it.
Hope you guys are doing well, as am I, and I hope you're having a wonderful week, a wonderful day. So today I want to talk about how I got into reading. I've seen a lot of videos recently on other people's journeys and how they got into reading, and I was really interested because every time I remember how I got into reading, it's really nostalgic and it's a very nice memory to look back on. I decided to share it with you guys today how I got into reading. So let's begin. I got into reading because of school. I think my fondest memories of my childhood are spent in the school library or the public library. I just have so many memories being in those places, I guess. I just always remember my teachers in preschool reading to us. We would always have reading time where we would all get in a circle and have reading time, and I just felt like that was my favorite part of the day because I would get to know what happens in the story, what happens next. And I would just hate to have to leave the story off on a chapter and have to wait till the next day to find out what happens in the story. In preschool, most of the books were just Cat in the Hat and the Magic School Bus stories, and I just remember always reading the Magic School Bus stories and then watching the show afterwards. So I think as a little kid, it was very cool to me to have to read the book and then have it come to life after. I just felt so much admiration for stories and storytelling and characters that we get attached to. And I guess I have to give a lot of the credit of my reading to my teachers because they were the ones that always read to us and always told us to go to the library, and they would recommend us books and they would just always talk about that. And obviously there were kids that weren't interested and they didn't care and they just couldn't sit still during reading time, but I just felt like that was the best part of the day for me. So when I got into elementary school, I guess I started reading bigger books like A to Z Mysteries, The Magic Treehouse Mysteries, Cam Jansen, Judy Moody. There's so many that I could name. I would go to the library and I would check out all these books and just read them in a day or two and return them and go get more, because one of my goals when I was a kid was to be able to read all of the Magic Treehouse Mysteries, all of the A to Z mystery books. So it was kind of a goal for me, and I don't know if I accomplished it or not, but I guess my absolute favorite genre was mystery, which is really strange because right now it's not. I read mystery books now and they just don't seem that interesting to me, but when I was a kid it was all I ever read. Mystery, mystery, mystery. I guess as a kid we have so much curiosity as to what the end is and what it's going to happen that we can't wait to get to the end. So I guess that's what woke up my interest for reading, was reading mystery books. And I was so excited when I passed the 3rd grade because I was able to check out 3 books instead of 2. That was a big moment in life for me, let me just say. But since those weren't enough, my mom started to take me to the public library in our town, and we would spend hours there. She would look at magazines and music and check out those sort of stuff, and I was always in the book section looking for books and looking for everything, and we would check them out and I would get so excited to read them and I wanted to go back the next day to return them and get more. And my mom was always like, hold your horses, you just read this, we just got it, you're gonna have to wait another week. And it was always so frustrating. So my mom started to see that I had a really big interest in books and reading. So she started taking me to Barnes and Nobles so I could look at the books and see one I really loved, and we would buy it. And that's when I started to have my own little collection of books. And some of the books I got that I finally had for myself: The Pish Posh by Ellen Potter, Maybird by Jolie Lynn Anderson, Dear Done Diary, Let's Pretend This Never Happened by the Jim Benton Tales. This was one of my favorites. Where I'd Like to Be by Frances O'Rourke Dowell, and Follow My Leader by James B. Garfield. I remember the first day I got my first book at Barnes & Nobles. I bought my first bookmark, which I have such a fond memory of because it had a golden retriever on the front and it was plastic and it had the little thing hanging from it, and I was so happy. I had it till recently. Obviously it was all broken and really old, but I just remember so much getting that bookmark. It was my first bookmark ever, and it's one of the best memories I have, just going to Barnes & Nobles and smelling the books. I looked like a total freak, but I would smell the books and just look at all of them. My mom would always want to leave, go, we have to go, and I was like, wait, no, one more aisle, no please. But the book I have the fondest memory of is Because of Winn-Dixie, because it was a book I read in class. We all read it together, and then we took a field trip in the school to go to the movies to go see Because of Winn-Dixie. And it was the adaptation with Anna Sophia Robb from the Carrie Diaries. And I just remember so much going on that field trip and watching this adaptation of a book we have read for the past 4 weeks, and it was such a big impact and shock to me to see all my favorite characters come to life. So I guess that's my journey on how I read and how I got into reading. I have a lot of credit to give to my teachers, because it was because of my teachers, and my mom, because she would always take me to the library and she would always help me feed my love for books. So if it wasn't for my teachers or my mom, I don't think I would have a love of reading now. And I guess everyone's journey is different. Everyone has a different journey, but it does mostly start at school. And I think education is one of the reasons that we do start reading and we do have an interest. And I feel like we've lost a lot of that today. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love to know your journey into reading. I would love to know all of your journeys into reading, how you got started, what was the first book you read, because I honestly don't remember what the first book I read was, but I do remember a lot of the books I did read. So if you do remember what was your first book, please comment down below. I would love to know, trust me. And don't forget to follow my social media links. I update a lot on Goodreads, so you can check out what I'm reading currently. And don't forget to subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!